It was just yesterday when I went to Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. I was very, very excited because I was going up, up, up on the roller coaster. And when we went down, I was looking at my brother, and then my brother told me to shut up as he was playing on his 3DS, and we were going further and further on the highway. So as we were going further and further on the highway, I realized that Albert Einstein was in the middle of the roller coaster too with me. And I asked him, what's 1 plus 1? And he said 2, obviously. And then he told me to shut up, and we were back in the car. And as we were back in the car, I was looking at someone in the roof. And that person on the roof said hi as we went to the convenience store to see my great-great-uncle Sam. And that Sam person told me that Sam rhymes with ham. And that ham just so happened to be my favorite food. And then as I took a bite out of that ham, I was saying, "Wow!" as I put down the turkey, and then I turned on the TV, and on the TV it showed a newspaper, and on that newspaper it showed TV, and on that TV I was like, "Whoa!" And then those people were like, "Wow!" And then those people said to me, "Would you like $5,000? And I said, "Yeah, I'll take the doubloons." And then they told me, "Here you go." And then they gave me $5,000 in cat food. And then I told them how grateful I was as I ate the cat food. And then I started with the can. Then I ended up leaving this horrifying, disgusting meat in the center. And I was so disgusted, I threw it into the trash. And then I looked at the fish that gave it to me, and then I asked them, "Why on earth did you give me this, Charles Darwin?" And then it turned out to be that I was just dreaming. I'm just kidding. I wasn't dreaming. I was only preparing for the big talent show, and that talent show would surprise not only the fish people, but at the same time, that singing competition would definitely 100% be the dancing competition that I was supposed to enter last week, even though I wasn't able to enter that competition. The cat people were very mad at me for not entering the competition, and it turned out to be that I was the only cat person that had a dot on their nose, and I was super mad about that because I didn't like the dot and it was hideous. So I decided to paint over it, but the dot appeared again, and I turned out to be a fish, and that fish would go over to the supermarket and get $1,000 in cash at the lottery place. And at the lottery place, I will be able to see my big hero person, and that person would be able to tell me the history about that person would be able to tell the history of the Universal Studios, where the Universal Orlando person, the Minion guys, would go and see me. How exciting it would not be, and I was super happy that I saw the frowny face of that Minion, because the Minion was very mad at me because I stole his Minion food, and the fact that I stole his doubloons was super angry with him, and I was super angry with myself. And as we walked out of Universal Studios, I soon found out that we were not only leaving Universal Studios, but leaving my dreamboat, aka the giant ship that is known as a cruise ship. And that cruise ship would be able to take me, not only me, but 15,000 people on a great cruise adventure. Yes, indeed, that ferry boat was definitely big. That ferry boat was definitely big and fun. And as that big and fun ship left port, I decided to play video games, and I decided to watch TV. On TV, I watched SpongeBob, and I watched Patrick, and I watched Squidward, and I watched just SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward. And nothing on earth would distract me from the fact that I had to beat that ultimate volleyball game in order to win the Quidditch World Cup. And in case you didn't notice, yes, indeed, I am very good at video games. So I knew I had that. I knew I had that game in the bag, so I was super duper excited to buy that new Nintendo 3DS. As we were walking outside of Universal Orlando Studios, I saw not only one but two cat people, and those cat people decided to tell me that my favorite color was blue, and I decided to believe them because my favorite color is red too, because my favorite color is blue. And those people were like, "Wow, I didn't know that your favorite color was red." And then I told them that yes, indeed it is. And after I did that, I also ate 1,000 chocolate bars as we were leaving the chocolate bar factory at Universal Studios Orlando, Florida. And at the chocolate bar factory, I learned that not only one but two people risked their lives to save the ultimate cat person in the ultimate war against the cat people and the fish people. And not only that was that, but I actually saw my hero person, Scarlet, and that person was Scarlet the cat, and that Scarlet person told me to meet this cat person named Milo, and that Milo person just so happened to be a cat, and that Milo cat told me that this gray and white cat named Money was also eating grapefruit. So I decided to go see that person that was eating grapefruit, and that person that was eating grapefruit was just so happened to be a dog that just thought that dog thought that the chocolate factory was a big mistake because they accidentally painted Charles Darwin a little bit off, so they decided to make him even better at painting. So we decided to go to the supermarket due to the fact that we were almost outside of Universal Studios. And as we are outside of Universal Studios, the fact that I was still on the roller coaster was amazing. And then I turned and I saw the Hulk ride, and I was wow. And then I decided to jump off the roller coaster and jump back with my parents, who just so happened to be leaving Universal Studios Orlando. And I was super mad because I didn't want them to leave the supermarket and that we were only leaving for the rest of the day. And I was super happy about the fact that the supermarket was about to close and that we were super almost done with our shopping. And as we got off the last ride, I decided to go and get an ice cream cone from the ice cream shop at Universal Studios, and that ice cream shop and the ice cream owner told me to leave and that I wasn't very good at playing the recorder, and that recorder sounded bad no matter who was playing it. And I don't care because I don't care whether the Owl Society calls me one of their own, and that I don't even care if the battleships don't even bomb me, and I don't care if I'm not accepted in this world anymore, because I am going to be very happy as I go to space and leave all the people that hated me behind. As I'm leaving space and I'm going back to our planet Mars, I decide to learn about the fact that alien cat people are very nice indeed, and about the cat people, they were leaving Universal Studios too. They told me that it would be very fun to go on a car ride with me one day, and I told them, yeah, we should probably meet each other one day. When are you free? And then they told me, as they were leaving the space station, they told me that they were very happy to see me and that I was very sad about everything, that I was leaving Universal Studios. And as the fireworks appeared in the Disney sky, I decided to go on Thunder Mountain just one more time. As I was waiting online for the Hulk ride, I decided it would be a good idea to go on the Little Mermaid ride, and I was super happy that I was going on this ride, even though the Even though the Winnie the Pooh ride seemed better, even though I was leaving Universal Studios, the fireworks boomed in the air as morning rise and the morning chickens did their chicken dance thing, and and I was super happy to see the people back at home when I got back from space. As I was leaving Disney, I noticed that there was a penny on the floor. I picked up the penny, and it just so happened to be a one-way ticket to Alaska. I took the ticket to Alaska and found myself in a very tall tower in New York City, and then I dived into the ocean as I was very happy about seeing the Chicago Tower. And I was very, 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 very wet because I had just gotten back from the pool at my hotel room. And my hotel room just so happened to be 100 billion point 2,000, and I was super happy about leaving Universal Studios, and just because I was leaving Universal Studios doesn't mean I couldn't ride one more ride. So I decided to ride Space Mountain. As we were waiting in line for Space Mountain, Mickey Mouse walked up to us and told us that the minions were attacking him, and I told him to be quiet because all of it was just a big old dream.